how can I create depictions of things that never existed? And specifically this boundary between what is natural and what is artificial, and where do we draw the line? AI cannot imagine a spider unless a spider is present in the dataset. It has no way of knowing what a spider looks like. And this led me to ask myself, how many species exist in the planet that we don't know about? I started thinking about what would it look like if I were to train a model on incomplete data and ask it to regenerate those gaps. What would emerge from that? So if I ask it to generate a bird that it never saw, what would emerge? Critically Extant is a really important project in my career. Certainly it has marked a before and after for me, because it was the first time that I chose to use AI in a conceptual way where the work isn't focused only on the output, but really on what does this mean about the lack of information that we have about the natural world, and what does this mean for the future of these species? I started looking at the numbers of how much of the world we know today. And I found that we have cataloged around 1.3 million species in the planet, but we estimate that there's 8 million species. So think about how little we really know about this world, right? It's very humbling. I looked for what is the largest available data set we have that has images and a matching name to the species that I can train. And I found the largest data set at the time had 3 million images, but spanning around 10,000 species. Each of these species that are the 35 video works that make the series Critically Extant, there is a matching link pointing to the red list. The red list is the biggest effort we have today of online cataloging the conservation status of species. And it's a really important effort because it helps us understand how quickly species are going in and out of an endangered status. It also helps show us how much visual resources or information we have about a given species that is publicly available. So for me, it was important to use permissively licensed data for this project, and specifically because I wanted to use what was available to me to work with. And at the same time, it was really important to train an AI model from scratch. So this means not reusing another model trained by someone else, but actually teaching an AI from scratch about these species. One of the things that made this project so complex to develop was that we wanted to create a map of the species arranged in the form of a phylogenetic tree to be able to identify a nearest relative to each species that we try to generate, so that the model wouldn't deviate too much from from what I was asking it to generate. An ecosystem can be so small, but also so large. This is certainly something that we've also explored in our duo practice, Entangled Others, and that led us to think about what is the real boundary between ecosystems? How far can we go with this kind of entanglement of the world?